They erased my name from the project I built and smiled while doing it, certain I wouldn't notice until it was too late. I was 34, newly back in my hometown after my mother's stroke, working as a data analyst for a regional hospital research unit. The job wasn't glamorous, but it mattered. I tracked outcomes for a pilot program that reduced readmissions, something patients felt in their bones, even if spreadsheets hid it. I stayed late because the numbers told stories, and I wanted them told right. When my mother's rehab bills stacked up on the kitchen table, that work became oxygen. The unit ran on a rotating committee instead of a single leader. It sounded democratic. In practice, it meant everyone could hide behind consensus. I was the quiet one, the one who delivered clean datasets and wrote summaries no one questioned. When the hospital announced a national grant competition, the committee asked me to prepare the submission. I built the framework, ran sensitivity analyses, and translated raw data into a narrative a reviewer could believe. I worked through weekends, my mother asleep in the next room, the glow of my laptop reflecting off pill bottles. The day the grant shortlist came out, the unit gathered in the break room, smiles everywhere. Someone passed out cupcakes. The program had been selected. Applause echoed against the fridge. Then the announcement slide went up, listing contributors. My name wasn't there. At first I assumed a typo, then I saw the names that replaced mine, people who had attended meetings, nodded, and left early. My stomach sank as the committee chair explained that the submission had been a collaborative effort, and credits had been adjusted to reflect visibility. Visibility? As if impact was a lighting trick. I tried to correct it quietly. I sent emails with version histories and timestamps. I asked for a meeting. The replies were warm and empty. They praised my dedication and reminded me that recognition was shared. They suggested I focus on the next phase, execution, where my skills were invaluable. The implication was clear. Keep producing, stop asking. Rising tension came not as anger, but as dread. The grant funds meant promotions, conference travel, and permanent contracts. Without my name, I would remain temporary, replaceable. At home, my mother asked why I looked tired. I told her I was proud of the team. The lie tasted metallic. The turning point arrived in a place no one watched, the audit trail. As part of compliance, every dataset required documentation. I had built it meticulously, including assumptions the committee had pressured me to soften to make results look cleaner. I realized the submission narrative had crossed a line. They hadn't just erased me, they had embellished outcomes. The numbers were still good, but the language promised more than the data could guarantee. I didn't explode, I didn't threaten, I prepared. I compiled a report with neutral language, attaching the original analyses, the requested changes, and the final submission. I submitted it through the hospital's internal compliance portal, the one people forgot existed because it rarely pinged. Weeks passed. The unit continued celebrating. Then the questions started. Requests for clarification, meetings rescheduled, cupcakes disappeared. An external reviewer flagged inconsistencies and asked for raw data. I provided it promptly, professionally, without commentary. The committee scrambled to explain projections that no longer matched. The resolution unfolded quietly. The grant wasn't revoked, but it was frozen pending correction. The hospital launched a review of authorship and data integrity. Policies tightened. The committee chair stepped down from research oversight. The revised submission went out with an amended contributor list, my name restored in the lead technical role. No apology arrived, but a permanent offer did, with a modest raise and a clause that placed data governance under my supervision. At home, I paid down the rehab bills and cooked my mother her favourite soup. She said I seemed lighter. I was, but not because I'd won something shiny. I'd learned the difference between being invisible and being indispensable. The final punchline settled in slowly. They thought removing my name would make me smaller, but all it did was force the truth into the light where it had always belonged.